White Flower Garden, sub-level 1. Let's do this. Also, this part of the cave has a very weird setting in the background. I mean, first we start in the forest, then we end in a cliff-like region. I really don't understand that, but I guess I shouldn't question the game logic. Now we have some sheer grubs down here. Wonder if there are any more. Yep, there they are. It's probably best to take on these enemies one at a time in order to make sure that you avoid losing Pikmin. Okay, all of the enemies are down. Now we can use them for salvage. Where's the treasure that we can find? Here it is. So as you see, whenever we get close to treasure, the needle will move from the left to the right. And when it starts beeping, that's where we find our hint of treasure. And with the treasure, we can use it as salvage by having the Pikmin carry it back to the ship, as usual. Okay, as soon as they carry the treasure back to the ship, we'll get a move on. What could this treasure possibly be? What is that? 80 Pokos? Name is Alien Billboard. Yeah, I wish someone the best of luck in posting as many advertisements as possible on a thing like that. Okay, let's proceed. Also, it should be worth mentioning that within areas like this, Pikmin will rarely fall off the map for some reason. I consider it to be a glitch, and I'm going to do the very best I can in order to avoid this glitch, but basically what happens is that the Pikmin will just automatically run off the edge and fall off into the dark abyss. Like I said, I'm going to do my very best in order to avoid that. This has happened to me a long time ago, but it hasn't happened to me ever since. And every time I played this game. Okay, we have some more treasure right there. Also, it should be worth mentioning that you need to be very careful as to how you toss your Pikmin in areas like this. If you accidentally toss them off the edge, they will fall into the dark abyss and they'll never be seen again. And I would demonstrate this if this wasn't a no-death run, but since it is, I'm going to abstain from showing you guys that, because it's just horrible to see. One of the Pokos, Petrified Heart. Looks like a heartwarming gemstone. Huh? Get it? Heartwarming because the treasure is in the shape of a heart and it's red? Ah, forget it. Right here is a brand new enemy known as a fiery blowhog. Like before in Pikmin 1, they shoot fire out of their nostrils, so be careful. Get him! Get him! This probably isn't the best strategy in order to defeat the fiery blowhog, especially when you have purple Pikmin. But as long as you keep an eye on your purple Pikmin, you'll be fine in not losing any Pikmin whatsoever. Alright. Carrying the spoils back. The music down here is great to listen to, by the way, just listen. So cool to listen to while you're going through a cave. More treasure. 100 Pokos. Name is Drought Ender. I wish I had a Drought Ender. And the more I talk about this, the more I realize that I'm thirsty. Like, literally my throat is dry, and I could really use something to drink right about now. Water, juice, soda pop, Kool-Aid, anything. Like, literally, I'll just drink anything right now in order to make sure that my throat doesn't grow dry within this recording. Literally, I will do it, but since I don't have anything with me, I guess, well, my throat will have to remain dry. But it's worth it, in order to keep the commentary going for this episode, and also the rich source of entertainment. Now let's see what we have down here. Whoa! More candypop buds. And these are ivory, or white if you will. How can a flower so deep underground bloom so robustly? How mysterious. This place is conspicuously warm. Could it act as a kind of hothouse for foliage? What an interesting development. The Pikmin look as if they long to be tossed into the flower. Well, like I said before, we can't go wrong with satisfying a Pikmin's needs. First thing we're going to do though is to split up our Pikmin, just to make sure that we don't toss any of our purple Pikmin in. Then we toss our red Pikmin in. And we will soon see white Pikmin. And I would wait for these guys to fully mature in the flowers, but I'm not going to do that because... Where is it? It's gotta be somewhere around here. There it is. There's a honey wisp that has an egg inside, and in it we will find some nectar. So this way the Pikmin can just drink the nectar and mature in the flowers right away. And I knew that there was another one right here. Get back here. There. Okay, now... Louie, you go ahead and watch over these Pikmin, while Olimar plucks the white Pikmin out of the ground. Actually, I should be having Louie help, because there are 15 white Pikmin for us to pluck out of the ground. Get a load of the white Pikmin, the tiniest and mysterious creatures ever seen. Incredible! A white Pikmin! It is tiny, but looks distinctly swift. Its eyes are an unseemly red. It almost looks like a cyborg. This type of Pikmin was not mentioned in your notes, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Our data record on this type is a blank page, since a certain captain never documented them. He's never even found them in the last game, you idiot. You must experiment and make detailed observations for the benefit of future generations. Whatever, ship. Okay, let's get back to plucking. Pluck, pluck, pluckety pluck. Okay. I have to imagine that plucking Pikmin out of the ground is a lot of hard work, since they're so rooted into the ground anyway. Okay, let's get the white Pikmin. Come on, little guys. Do I have all of you? No, I don't. Wait. There's one missing. There's one missing. Oh, there he is. Where have you been? Okay, let's get you guys some nectar. Here you go. Drink up. Plenty for everyone. Okay. Now you guys are wondering, in addition to their swiftness, what else it is that white Pikmin can do. Well, they can actually do this. Uncover treasure buried deep in the ground. Look at that. Amazing! The white Pikmin have unearthed a treasure that was completely buried in the ground. Perhaps those beady red eyes of theirs allow them to sense objects buried in the dirt. Okay, now let's get the rest of the Pikmin to help them. So as you see, the white Pikmin can be useful in helping them detect treasure buried deep within the ground, and with the help of the rest of the Pikmin, they'll dig up the treasure out of the ground. Now we'll go ahead and carry this treasure back, and then we'll get a move on from this point. Let's get a look at this treasure. It looks like some giant tape. I wonder who would throw it out. I mean, the tape does still look fresh. And by fresh, I mean it hasn't been used. It's quite a mystery. Alright, Pikmin, do your stuff. Gosh, I am really running out of things to say, aren't I? I have to keep this thing going somehow. 80 Pokos. Name is Super Stick Textile. And we found all of the treasure down here so we can get a move on. I have to say, this no-death run is going great as of so far, but I still have more challenges dead ahead of me, and here's hoping that the odds will be forever in my favor. That's right, Pikmin, sing to your heart's content. Aren't they just adorable like that? Okay, let's proceed down into the next level. Onwards to victory and glory. Game save. How many times have you guys heard me say that in this episode? Sub level 4? Let's get things started. And as we will see, things won't appear to be so easy. Let's first gather our Pikmin together. Now you guys see this purple poison over here? This is actually some kind of xenophobic gas that the Pikmin don't like. And when you toss the Pikmin in it, they suffocate just like that. It's the same case as that of the case with fire. And for some reason I can't skip this. Whatever. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So as said before, whenever the Pikmin start to suffocate, call them with your whistle and they will be fine. The only way in which you can take out the generators of the poisonous gas is with white Pikmin, as you see. So be sure to use the white Pikmin against it. It should also be worth mentioning that these guys are immune to poison. Treasure aboard the ship. Looks like chapstick. 90 Pokos. Survival ointment. I could really use some chapstick right about now. As I feel my lips during this recording, I realize that my lips are completely chapped. Like, when was seriously the last time I've used chapstick? I'm probably going to even need loads of chapstick for this upcoming winter that we're about to face. Okay, we carry this treasure as well. Looks like a giant mushroom. I wonder if it's fresh. Let's see. 30 Pokos. Name is Toxic Toadstool. Well, so much for it being fresh. Also, it's added Toadstool with the end. Yeah, you guys may be thinking of Princess Toadstool from the Mario series, or Peach if you will. But don't get any ideas, okay? Although it is funny when you think about it. Toxic Toadstool, Princess Toadstool. Alright, enough of that joke, let's continue moving on. Okay, the coast is clear. I think the way out should be this way. And of course it's guarded by poison. Wonderful. Luckily we have white Pikmin to help us, as always. Also, you guys saw some poisonous gas generators outside? We are going to do something about those whenever we leave the cave. If we have enough time within the day, that is. And if we don't, then hey, we could just do something about them tomorrow. Alright, sub-level 5. Wonder how long this has been going. Nearly 50 minutes, wow. Of course, I'm gonna cut this into parts, as you guys have seen on day 2. Okay, now final floor. I think that what we should do is to have the Pikmin split up. Have Almar take the purple Pikmin and Louie take the white and red Pikmin. Okay, let's see what we can find over here. This structure that ahead of us appears to be a giant nest. But what kind of creature could reside in something like this? That's our answer! It's the return of the Burrowing snagret, my least favorite boss in the game. Like before in Pikmin 1, it buries itself within the ground, and it will emerge in order to surprise Pikmin. Whoa, get out of there! That was close. That was way too close. Need a good way to defeat this guy quick. How about we get some ultra spicy spray? Where are you? There you are. It's best to attack the Burrowing snagret while its head is still stuck in the ground, which is why I'm holding back. Its weakness is its head, so don't focus too much on the belly. There you are. Come on, take a hit. Wow, that practically did no damage. Something tells me that I'm gonna have to waste all of my ultra spicy spray on this guy. But I suppose it's worth it. Uh-oh. I hate this guy so much. I really do. Especially when it makes noise while it's devouring Pikmin. That, yeah! Uh-oh, oh, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Okay, that's a close call. Guys, my heart is thumping against the Burrowing snagret. I hate this guy. Oh, shoot. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Go back, go back, go back. So this is the kind of creature that lays in a nest like this. It makes sense considering that it is a bird-like creature with an avian body. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotta keep it cool. Keep it cool. I wonder if it's best to just swarm the Pikmin around its head. Uh-oh. This is making me incredibly nervous. This isn't the final boss, but still, I'm incredibly nervous. Oh, jeez. Come on, Burrowing Snagret. You know you want to die, and you're going to at some point. More spicy spray? Oh, for goodness sakes. Come on. Alright, where are you? Where are you? Will you seriously get your head stuck in the ground, please? I don't have all day for this, you know. This might take me a while, guys. There we go. Well, that worked out better than expected. I probably should have done that at first. But whatever happens, happens. The Burrowing Snagret is defeated, and not a single Pikmin has been lost, and we get the treasure. I'll have to make a note of that for next time. Instead of just launching the Pikmin on its head, just swarm it while its head is stuck in the ground. Well done, Captain Olimar. You've defeated that freakish half-bird, half-serpent hybrid. Oh no. Don't tell me. That treasure was ingested by that beast, wasn't it? Suck it up, you stupid ship. Okay, Louie, come over here with the rest of the Pikmin and help them carry the spoils. Sounds good? Good, okay. Alright, carry this back, and this back as well. The Burrowing Snagret, my least favorite enemy in the whole entire game. Finally defeated after who knows how long it took me. I will admit that that's probably poor strategy performed on my part, but at least I haven't lost a single Pikmin. Though in retrospect, if I knew that Pikmin would be stuck on its head as I swarmed it, it probably would have made this battle much more faster and smoother than what I've pulled off. But what happens, happens. 100 Pokos, 5-man knapsack. In actuality, this looks like a glove, and it does look pretty comfortable, for even the tiniest beings. This material looks comfortable. I will use it to patch the boss's favorite sleeping bag. Seam test. Conclusive. Cross-stitching. Successful. The knapsack is complete. When you have an unoccupied time interval, press and hold the C button to take a nap. This I will go ahead and demonstrate. So first disband your Pikmin, then hold C to take a nap. Although it really doesn't do much, but something funny like this does happen. It's like, the Pikmin can easily mistake Olimar and Louie for treasure while they're resting on the ground. Why they do that, I don't know, but perhaps it's part of their natural instinct. And also, the napping ability doesn't really do much. It just creates that little animation that's pretty funny. Of course, then again, maybe it could be useful in order for you to find your way back to the starting point within an area. I don't know. It's just a thought. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's see how many Pokos we've raised. 610 Pokos, not a single Pikmin lost, thank goodness. And the cave is 100% complete. Save our game? I may as well go ahead and do that. There probably will come a point in which I don't save the game. Okay, we're back outside, and it's getting close to sunset. If we still have time, we'll do a few more things, but I'll need to check just to be sure. Okay, we still have some time within the day, so I'm thinking that now what we should do is to have some free time and boost up the Pikmin's population while we still have time. There is another treasure that we can go after, but we're going to worry about that in just a moment. Right now, Pikmin is topmost priority. Okay, there we go. That enemy is down. Uh-oh, time is running out. It is almost sundown. Hurry up! With that, we get a transmission from the ship. Olimar, Louie, the sun will be setting soon. Call all of the Pikmin to you. This planet's native nocturnal life forms are ferocious and therefore dangerous. Load your Pikmin into the onion and yourselves into my hull so we can take refuge in low orbit. Pikmin in your squad will enter the onion on their own at day's end, so call them all to you. We'll be sure to make a note of that, ship. Okay, we need to do this quickly. We're running out of time here. Okay, onto the treasure. It can be found up here in this little pot. So let's make our way to it and have the white Pikmin dig it up out of the ground. I'm starting to be very concerned. I might not have enough time in order to get this done, but I'm going to try anyway. Okay. White Pikmin, get up there. Dig it up quickly. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, quickly. Come on, Pikmin, hurry. I certainly hope the countdown doesn't begin. It's begun. 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay, need to make sure I have all of my Pikmin together. Shaking here. Can't really leave any of my Pikmin behind. None of them. But I think we've cleared things out as of right now. I was very concerned that we wouldn't have enough time in order to get this done. But fortunately, we've made enough time. 55 Pokos. Name is Pilgrim Bulb. I don't know what that looks like, but maybe it could be like a sprout or something. I don't know. 2 seconds. 1 and 0. The day has concluded. I believe that in order for you to have that tune play at the end of the day, you need to get at least 15 pieces of treasure. Anything less than that, and you'll end up getting the normal tune, and if you get no treasures, you'll hear an entirely different tune. I showed off 2 tunes to you guys, so that just leaves 1 for me to show off to you guys, and I will show it off at some point. But for right now, that's the end of day. Let's take a look at the funds earned. 1990 Pokos earned, or 1,990 if you prefer, bringing our total up to 2,942 Pokos. Pikmin population is on the rise, up to 194, and not a single Pikmin has been lost. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of hard work that I've done today. To think of the amount of editing that I'll need to do in order to split each and every single part into reasonable amounts of time in order to make sure that the video is at a decent length. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but it's worth it in the end. Anyhow, mail from the president. How's progress, Olimar? Remember, you'll never get anything done if you sit back and watch from afar. Press left or right on the directional pad for a close-up view of the action. This I will demonstrate tomorrow because unfortunately it is the end of day. And I will make a note to show that off. It will be particularly useful in your travels. Maybe. On that note, and with a lot of hard work done, day 3 of our exploration has been concluded, so it's time to end things off for now. Tomorrow we're going to head back into the Awakening Wood in order to find some more treasure within the forest. But until then, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm Multigame Master 1 over and out, and I will see you guys tomorrow on day 4. Have a good night.